Buckle up for a wild ride through the world's architectural oddballs, where buildings aren't just ugly, they're what were they thinking ugly. From Boston City Hall, which looks like it's playing the lead in a dystopian movie nobody asked for, to Mumbai's Antilia, resembling a villain's lair in a kid's show. Prepare to cringe, and maybe, just maybe, find a weird new appreciation for these rebellious misfits of the skyline. Before we dive into our unnecessary list, tell us, what do you consider the ugliest building in your country? We'll definitely have a part 2 to this discussion. Imagine if George Orwell visited Boston City Hall, his thoughts will be, yep, that's the vibe for 1984. This architectural behemoth, a love letter to brutalism, screams less welcome citizens and more beware Big Brother is watching. It's as if the building itself is auditioning for the role of a dystopian overlord's lair, with its concrete fortress vibes and an ambiance that could freeze your soul. Critics say it's about as warm and inviting as a handshake from a glacier, making it the perfect backdrop for a world where warmth and welcome are as scarce as privacy. In a world obsessed with sleek glass and steel, Boston City Hall stands as a stark reminder of a future Orwell feared, making you wonder if your next city council meeting will be adjourned by a 2-minute hate. In the heart of Beirut sits what can only be described as a gigantic concrete egg. Not your standard architectural marvel, the egg was supposed to be a bustling cinema in the swinging 70s. But then, plot twist. The Lebanese Civil War rolls in, and suddenly construction comes to a screeching halt. What's left is this egg. Not quite hatched and definitely not what the original blueprints ordered. But here's the kicker. This brutish egg is more than just an oddball in the skyline. It's a testament to ambition gone awry, a marker of conflict, and oddly enough, a beacon of resilience. It's like Beirut itself decided to say, sure, we've seen better days, but look at this egg. Isn't it something? And while to some it might just be an architectural misfit, to Beirut, it's a symbol of its layered history and its undying hope for a brighter, less egg-centric future. So, next time you're in Beirut and you spot this peculiar orb looming in the distance, remember, it's not just an unfinished cinema, it's a monument to the city's indomitable spirit. In the bustling heart of Birmingham's bull-ring shopping sphere, there lurks a creation that could very well be mistaken for an alien mothership, if you squint hard enough. Behold, the Selfridges department store, a marvel of modern architecture that crash-landed on Earth, specifically in 2003. This isn't your grandma's shopping destination. No, this behemoth is armored in a staggering 15,000 shiny aluminum discs, making it the Goliath of retail glam. The brains behind this futuristic facade? None other than Future Systems, an architecture firm whose name is less a title and more a blatant challenge to the status quo. They set out to slap a bit of tomorrow onto Birmingham's shopping visage, and boy did they deliver. However, as is tradition, when humanity is confronted with anything that doesn't fit neatly into our box of normal, opinions on this shimmering spectacle are split. On one side of the coin, it's hailed as a masterpiece, a beacon of innovation that adds a unique flair to the city. On the flip side, critics argue it sticks out like a sore thumb in a lineup of Birmingham's more, shall we say, traditional architectural family photos. In 2005, Barcelona gave birth to an architectural baby that's less, cute, and more, oh wow, that's something. Enter the Agbar Tower, a building that's as subtle as a sledgehammer in a library, thanks to its rather, let's say, optimistic design. With Jean Nouvel playing the role of proud parent, this towering toddler was supposedly inspired by the majestic Montserrat Mountains and a geyser's spirited spurt into the sky. But let's be real, the main takeaway for most is that it looks like something you'd store in a bedside drawer. Nouvel decked it out with a dazzling light show, hoping to distract us with its environmental creds and tech savvy. Spoiler alert, it worked, kind of. While some see it as a beacon of innovation, others can't quite get past the giggle-worthy shape. In the heart of Tokyo, back in 1972, the Nakagin Capsule Tower sprouted up like a futuristic beanstalk. It wasn't just any old skyscraper, it was a beacon of Japanese metabolism, an architectural revolution born from the ashes of war. This wasn't about building homes. It was about crafting the future of urban living, one compact, prefabricated pod at a time. Imagine living your life in a space so efficient, you could practically get dressed, cook, and sleep without moving an inch. Revolutionary? Absolutely. Practical? Depends on how much you like your personal space. But as the tower ages, it's like watching a sci-fi dream slowly fade into the realm of retro curiosity. Now, let's not gloss over the elephant in the room. By today's standards, the Nakagin Capsule Tower might win no beauty contests. It's like someone took the concept of Lego, mixed it with a dash of brutalist charm, and then forgot it in the rain for a few decades. Each capsule looks like a washing machine drum that decided to pursue a career in architecture and failed. The rock at Wellington International Airport, which popped up in 2010, grabs your attention with its wild, rock-inspired exterior. This building tries to echo New Zealand's untamed beauty, but not everyone's a fan. Some folks think its edgy, chaotic look doesn't really blend in with the rest of the area or work great for an airport. It's like when you try to fit a puzzle piece in the wrong spot. It just doesn't look right. Despite snagging some awards for pushing the design envelope, there's a crowd that feels this architectural bold move might have missed the mark in meshing form with function. In the heart of Mumbai, where the contrast between opulent wealth and stark poverty couldn't be more glaring, stands Antilia. It's not just any residence. It's a 27-story behemoth that screams luxury in a city gasping for space. And let's be honest, it looks more like something out of Phineas and Ferb than a billionaire's home. Antilia could easily be mistaken for Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, if only it started plotting to take over the tri-state area. Finished in 2010, this towering testament to wealth isn't just turning heads for its sky-high stature, but also for its eclectic style and the debate it sparked. Is it an architectural marvel, no doubt, but boy isn't ugly. In the world of architecture, there's the good, the bad, and then there's the Zizkov television tower in Prague, a structure so aesthetically challenging, it looks like it was designed during a particularly avant-garde game of Jenga. Constructed between 1985 and 1992, this tower was seemingly on a mission to defy traditional beauty standards, with its high-tech architecture that features large, alien-like pods clinging for dear life. Its stark, futuristic design, a jarring contrast to Prague's historic and picturesque skyline, basically sticks out like a sore thumb that's been hit with a hammer, repeatedly. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more eye-catching, along comes artist David Cerny, who in 2000 decided the tower needed a little something extra. His addition? 10 giant baby sculptures crawling up the tower's sides, their faceless, featureless forms adding a layer of surrealism thick enough to cut with a knife. It's as if someone asked, how do we make this towering beacon of peculiarity even more unsettling? And Cerny replied, hold my beer. Thus, the Zizkov television tower stands tall, a testament to the idea that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or in this case, perhaps the eye of the storm.